Now we're beginning with the topic of basic interest rate calculations. Now, before we begin with this topic, make sure that you have revised the topic of time value of money. And you are well aware about the difference between simple and compound interest. If you do not remember these topics, I would recommend that you first go and watch the videos that I have uploaded, and then you begin with this topic. So this is unit 6.1 and we will be discussing over here future value. The other topics that will be covered are day, year conventions, the present value, how do you calculate the investment yield, and the equivalent and effective rate. So on short-term financial instruments, interest calculations are usually simple rather than compound. Simple means that the interest is being charged only on the principal amount, whereas compound means that interest is being charged on interest. Again, if you have forgotten what is the difference between them, do watch the videos before starting on with this lecture. Now, here are some formulas in order to calculate the simple interest earned. So the principal amount, this is the amount that is being invested, or you could even call it the present value multiplied by the interest rate. We're going to denote this by R, and multiplied by days divided by year. We are using this fractional form over here because the treasurer is usually investing in short-term securities, which means that they will be ending within 1 year. So you need to know the fraction of the time that the investment is going to be kept, and you will calculate the interest accordingly. So the instrument is not going to be kept for 1 year. Maybe it's being kept for only 92 days. Then the interest needs to be calculated for these 92 days instead of the 1 whole year. So you need to take the fraction over here to get the correct interest amount. Then another formula is the maturity proceeds. Maturity proceeds is basically your future value. Okay, remember in time value of money you have studied that you invest something at time 0, which is your present value. So I might invest 1,000 rupees right now, present value, and then I will get an interest rate, which is your R. And for example, if it's 10%, now if I've invested this amount for, let's say, 92 days, then what is the future value? So you can calculate the future value, how much is going to be the maturity proceeds by using this formula. This is principal amount 1 plus, there should be an I over here, interest rate times days over a year, bracket close. Now let's look at an example to actually understand this better. So this is an example question. I place GBP means the pounds, the British pounds. So I place British pound 1 million on deposit at 5.3% for 92 days. So this is the present value. This is your rate. And you have placed it for 92 days. So actually this is your N. I'm also going to make a timeline. So you're investing 1 million right now, and you want to know that after 92 days, what is its future value going to be if it's invested at this 5.3% rate. This 5.3% is an annual rate. You are always given the annual rate and you need to convert it. That's why that in 92 days, how much interest are you getting? You want to be getting a 5.3% interest. This is an yearly rate. Yearly means 365 days, but you're keeping the instrument for only 92 days. So you will get interest for only 92 days. Okay, so this should be 5.3%. As a 5.3% is generally quoted as if for a whole year rather than from 92 days, the interest I expect to receive is the appropriate proportion of 5.3%. So first, let's calculate the simple interest amount. So the formula for simple interest amount is the principal amount multiplied by the interest rate days divided by year. So the principal amount, which means your present value, is 1 million. The interest rate is 5.3%, so 0.053 days. It's for 92 days, and there are 365 days in a year. So if you solve this, you get 13,358.90. This is the interest amount that you get. So this is the interest that you will earn during this 92 days. So now you can get the maturity proceeds by adding the value. So you got 1 million, and now you got an interest of 13,358.90 during these 92 days. So you got a total amount of 1013,358.90. So this is one way of doing it, and it's a bit longer. And the other formula will actually give you this value directly. So you'll get to know what is the future value by using the other formula. So now we're going to use that one. Okay, so if we use the other formula, it is maturity proceeds the principal amount. So I'm just going to write present value times 1 plus the interest rate amount times days So the present value is 1 million. $92 divided by 365, and you get 1013,358.90. So you got the maturity proceeds, the future value directly by using this formula. After 92 days, you will have this much amount. And the amount that you invested was 1 million. So if you subtract this, you get the interest amount of this much. So this is how you calculate the future value given that you are provided the present value. The calculations are even done in the slide for your future reference.